The chronic respiratory disease is a bacterial disease in poultry caused by a bacteria called Mycoplasma galliseptica. This disease affects chickens by causing respiratory problems, therefore making it one of the diseases that cause the most significant economic losses in layer and broiler chicken. This disease leads to decreased egg production, and also meat from broilers that are affected or infected with the chronic respiratory disease is usually condemned. To make it worse, chronic respiratory disease can be transmitted through eggs into the chicks. But worry no more, because I got you guys. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you on how to identify if your broilers or layers are sick with the chronic respiratory disease, and most importantly, I'm going to tell you how to prevent and eliminate this disease from your chickens. I am also going to give you organic plant treats to give to your chickens to help prevent and fight off the chronic respiratory diseases in your broilers and layers. It takes a lot of time, energy and money to compile or get this information for you guys. Therefore, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to this channel. Also, make sure that you hit the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Also, hit the like button, and if you have any question or suggestion, you can consider leaving a comment in the comments section below. The first thing that we're going to discuss is how are you going to know if your chickens have the chronic respiratory disease? One thing you should know is that the chronic respiratory disease signs and symptoms may be similar to other clinical signs from other diseases. That being said, here are the most common symptoms of the chronic respiratory disease in chickens. Number one is that you are going to notice your chickens have a wheezing sound when breathing. This is a sound that is commonly associated with breathing problems in the chickens. Number two, you are going to notice a watery or foam-like substance that is coming out from the eyes and the nose of your chickens. Number three, you are going to notice that the chickens will have swollen eyes. There will be also a weight loss and stunted growth. A stunted growth meaning that your layers and broilers will grow very slowly. And also, you are going to notice that your chickens will become lethargic. This means that your chickens will be distressed and depressed. You're also going to notice a decrease in the egg laying in the layers. Also, you are going to see decreased feed intake. And finally, you are going to notice that your chickens will be lame, meaning that the broilers and the layers will be kinda unable to move. And now let's discuss about how to prevent and treat the chronic respiratory disease. The first prevention is getting chicks from a reputed or trusted hatchery. This is because chronic respiratory disease can be transmitted from chickens to chicks through the eggs. This will lead to the disease being transmitted to the chicks, therefore meaning that your flock will have the chronic respiratory disease the entire time that they will be in your farm, therefore leading to losses. The second prevention is that you must establish a good biosecurity measures. The biosecurity measures that you are going to establish in your farm include: number one is hygiene. You must maintain the hygiene of the feeders and the drinkers and make sure that they are cleaned regularly. Also, you are going to make sure that the drinking water is from a clean source and have no contamination, and also make sure that the feeds are not contaminated. The second biosecurity measure is that you are going to adopt the all-in, all-out method. This means that, for example, for the broilers, if you buy 50 chicks and you rear them in the farm all the way up to 6 weeks, when you are going to be selling them to the market, you sell them all of them. This means that no chicken will be left in the farm. Therefore, this will decrease the cases of the chronic respiratory disease, because if there was a chicken that was sick in your flock, then it will be sold off and eliminated from the farm. And this will also give time for disinfection of the premises where the flock was staying. The third biosecurity measure that you are going to establish is removing all the bedding completely, and also After removing the bedding, you disinfect the floor and the whole poultry house before bringing in another flock into the farm. The fourth biosecurity measure is you are going to avoid unauthorized people from getting into the chicken house and ensure that there is a footbath installed at the entry of the chicken farm. This will prevent bacteria of this chronic respiratory disease from outside getting into the chickens. The third way of preventing the chronic respiratory disease is keeping the litter dry. This will prevent the litter from becoming wet, because when the litter is wet, this is a good condition for the growth of the chronic respiratory disease bacteria. Also, you should not allow dust to get into the poultry house. And finally, you make sure that the house of the chicken is well ventilated. A proper ventilation helps in clean air circulation, therefore preventing the chronic respiratory disease. Now, as I had promised you, the most important part of this video is giving you the organic plant treats that you are going to use so that you can be able to prevent and treat the chronic respiratory disease. The 4 herbs are as follows. Number 1 is the mint, and number 2 is oregano, number 3 is rosemary, and number 4 is the thyme. These herbs can be used in powder form or as essential oils. Powder form is usually added into the feeds of the chickens, while the essential oils are added into the drinking water of the chickens. We have discussed all these herbs in this channel. I will therefore recommend that you click the videos that I will link in the description of this video below, so that you can be able to know how to feed these herbs to your layers and broilers, and the amounts to use so as to prevent and treat the chronic respiratory disease. Make sure that you click the video on your screen right now so that you can be able to know how to boost egg laying by feeding banana leaf meal to your chickens.